All right, so we've got Visual Studio going. The next thing I need to do is actually make a file folder structure that we will build our site into, okay? We have to realize that when you make a website, it's not a single document. It's actually a collection of documents and images and code, okay? It's not just one thing. So you need to make a root folder, and then all of your items go into that folder. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'm actually going to minimize the Visual Studio Code, and I'm just going to work over here. So I'm just going to right click, and we're just going to make a new folder. So obviously if you're on a Mac, it'll be a little bit different, but it's kind of the same. Just realize that I can only do one or the other here. So we're just going to do right click, new folder, and then I want you to make your last name. So in my case, my last name is Kohn, and then underscore site, okay? Just like that. That way I know who made it, and this is what you're doing, right? So that's our root folder. Everything we make is going to go inside of this folder. So I'm going to go ahead and open this folder up. I'll just double click on it. Okay, so now we're in that folder. And now in this folder, I need to make some other folders and such, okay? So I'm just going to right click in here, and then we're going to do new, not shortcut. Good job. Right click, new folder, and we're going to make one called CSS. And we're going to make another folder, right click, new folder. This one will be called JS, okay? Great. And then that is all we need to start with, okay? We're actually not going to put anything in either one of these yet. These are just for later on down the road. In fact, actually, in this lab series, we're not going to add this. I just want you to get used to putting folders inside of other folders and realizing that they're all there. So just so you understand, right? This is my website, and anything I make is going to go into this folder and potentially one of these other two folders as well, okay, that are inside of that site. All right, now we can do is go ahead and open up Microsoft Visual Studio Code again. Okay, so just re-maximize that, and we're just going to go ahead and make our first sheet here. So we're just going to go File, New File. Just going to look like this, and this is all I want you to do. Just go to File, Save As, or File Save, either way, since it's not saved yet. It won't do that. Then just navigate to your desktop. Now you'll notice I put mine on my desktop. You can put yours wherever you want to save your files. I just like to keep stuff on my desktop because that way it gets super messy and it's hard to find things. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on Kohn Site. That was the folder I just made, right? And it had the CSS and JS. So I'm inside of that. I'm not going to put in either one of these. It's just going to be right in here. And we're just going to name it index.html. Okay, so right here like this, index.html, and then hit save. Yay! And just so you see, again, if I open up this folder, come on, you'll see that now you have this, and then we made this file here. So just double check, make sure you saved it in the right spot, go to that folder, look in there, make sure it's in there. But you can see by default, it's trying to open up in a browser, okay? The reason why it's called index is that whenever you go to a website, the page that gets opened by default by the browser, because there'll be a bunch of web pages, it looks for the one named index. So index is the home page, okay? So that's why it's named index. In .html, that is the file type that it is, right? Just like you can have a .jpeg or a .psd or doc for a Word document, right? Or docx or whatever it is now. That's why it's like that. So if I double click on this, it's actually just going to show, it's going to open up in the browser and just be empty. But anyway, that's what we got. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring this back up, and we will continue on and actually start making the HTML document. We'll actually start running the code inside of here.